It's the Orioles on Masson, and it is Birdland. And yes, that blue sky and that thing there shining out of it is the sun. And it is Kids Day. Tampa Bay Rays and the Orioles get 2 out of 3 in with this one today. And the Orioles off, obviously, to that great start here in week number 1. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. Good to see behind us those blue skies. And with the Orioles, chance here to finish up this first homestand with the 5-0 mark if they can get it done today. For the Orioles, they will welcome to an Orioles uniform on the mound Vance Worley. Let's take a look at the numbers he's put up as a starter. The game's 81, his record 28-26 as a starter. He's also worked out of the pen at times. 3.86 ERA is a good one. A whip of 141. That's not bad. Opponent batting average a little high, 283. Down below, you take a look at numbers that will definitely matter. With runners in scoring position, a very high 296 number. He's got to get ahead. He goes by the book, if you will. After he gets ahead in the count for that first strike, the average is only 209. But if that first pitch is a ball, the average jumps up to 378 for opponents. Today is Kids Day here at the ballpark, so obviously Baltimore Orioles would choose myself and Mike to be up here to open up this ball game. Here we go.
Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way. Anyway, Vance Worley, came into spring training, obviously has added depth to the rotation or possibly the bullpen. And he didn't even know if he was going to win a spot, but he did well enough at the end of spring training to actually make that final exhibition start against the Phillies. That was 9 days ago, though. So, Vance Worley is going to be probably on a pitch limit, 70-plus pitches. But he has good enough stuff. He has good two-seam movement with his fastball. He has a cut fastball as well. And it's a matter of just pitching the contact. Saw the numbers there. Getting ahead is going to be key as well.
Orioles take the field, and we are ready to go on this Sunday. A little day baseball with a lot of youngsters on hand who do eat, sleep, O's. By Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. On the sunny Sunday with all the kids on hand, our BGE home game time temperature, it is cool, 44 degrees. BGE Home is Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? Starting lineup for the Rays: Forsythe, Morrison, and Longoria. Dickerson, Steve Pearce gets in. He did not play in Game 1. Miller, Souza, Kiermaier, Casale did not play in Game 1 either. Here at Camden Yards for the former Oriole. Very solid numbers.
Let's take a look at Vance Worley's pitch arsenal last season. The fastball 66% of the time. Now he can manipulate that heater. Got a running fastball. He's a natural cut to his four-seamer and also a true cutter. Kind of filed the slider away, and you're seeing more of a cut fastball. Breaking ball, occasional curve, and an occasional changeup mixed in there. He's got to stay in the bottom of the strike zone, though. Last season he had 23 games but 8 starts. Actually, after a pretty good start, first half was strong for Worley last year, but ran into some problems, ended up getting relegated to the bullpen, where his numbers actually played much better. Opponents hit .287 overall. You see the fly ball percentage and ground ball percentage relatively even for Worley, but he really has to utilize this Orioles defense, try to get that early contact, put the ball in play, and trust that those Gold Gloves behind him will make the plays.
He was claimed off waivers from the Pittsburgh Pirates by the Orioles. This will be his first appearance ever against the Tampa Bay Rays. Pitcher who was in that starting rotation for the Pirates last year, then got designated for assignment at the end of July. He did go to AAA, finished up Indianapolis, played in the postseason for Indianapolis in the AAA playoffs, and now here he is with the Orioles. And we are ready to go. Orioles 4-0, Tampa Bay 2-3 on the season. Orioles, of course, are off to their best start since 2011. They have not had a 5-0 mark since 1970. And the franchise record is 9, set by the St. Louis Browns back in 1944. Here's Forsythe, 1 for 3 in game 1. Shift on in the infield, and we're back to playing some baseball. Pitch will be taken down low for a ball.
A couple things to pay attention to with Vance Worley is his deception on the mound. For a number of years, he did have some success at the major league level, and because of the deception, the cross-body delivery, the ball actually coming from behind his head.
That one foul back on the other side. Forsythe, 4 hits, 19 at bats, including a home run and a couple of RBIs for the second baseman for this Tampa Bay team. Tampa Bay coming in trying to get their offense going. They are hitting only .227 so far this season. Worley's delivery right into the shift. Played by Scope, second baseman, and they get the out.
And take a look at the Orioles defense behind Worley this afternoon. Kim getting the start in left field. Rickard back in center field because Jones on the shelf with the sore side. Trumbo over in right. Hardy and Scope will be the double play combination. Machado and Davis on the corners, and Matt Wieters back behind the dish.
Young-Soo Kim, 28 years old. He is the last of the Orioles position players to get into the lineup, so this is his day. Makes his major league debut after parts of 10 seasons playing in South Korea, where he had a tremendous career there. Pitch will be taken for a strike by Morrison. Logan Morrison, the designated hitter. He is the only batter in the Tampa Bay lineup who has faced Worley before, with a 1 for 5 off Vance. Orioles again put that shift on, this time obviously the other way. And when you get a runner who's not particularly fast, as Morrison is, look where Jonathan Scope is. He's out there shaking hands with Trumbo in right field.
Yeah, well, Jonathan Scope can play as deep as anybody in a shift because of his strong arm. Still can hold the good range, but a cannon for an arm for a second baseman.
0-2 the count. Worley into that funky little set position windup, and that will be fouled off the other way at 89 miles an hour.
Take a look here at Vance Worley's delivery. Pretty simple from the beginning, but he steps actually behind the right-handed hitter more towards that on-deck circle. So that cross-body delivery adds the deception, and his arm is right behind his head when he releases the ball.
And a swing and a miss. Nice movement. Came back in on the left-hander, and Morrison's a strikeout victim.
Boy, great pitch. Now, for a number of years, a slider, big-time pitch, but here, actually, that has a nice little tilt to it, 86 miles an hour, so throwing it hard. So the cutter slider type pitch there, great location, ending up down and in.
And that will bring up Longoria, veteran leader on this ball club for Evan Longoria. A home run in the first game, 1 for 4. Lifts that one with that ever easy swing, but it is going to be a foul ball down the line. The numbers for Longoria: he continues to pump against the Orioles. 30 home runs in his career now against the O's, and 17 of them coming here at Camden Yards. That one lifted in the air. Kim may get a chance. He is there, and welcome to the major leagues. The young Soo Kim in left field. When we come back, we'll take a look at the lineup for the Orioles. See what the O's have to offer in this Sunday. The lineup brought to you by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Rickard, Machado, and Davis, Trumbo, Wieters, and Alvarez, Hardy, Scope, and Kim. For Manny over the last 12 games against the Rays, he has been a formidable opponent.
And let's take a look at Jake Odorizzi's pitch arsenal this season. Only one start on the year. Fastball 63% of the time. Pretty good heater. 4-seamer, 2-seamer. High 80s, low 90s with that fastball. Breaking ball has a curve and a slider. He'll cut the fastball as well. Occasional split finger. 159 earned run average. See the opponent's hitting just 182, coming off a very solid year last year.
Rickard will take the pitch for a strike. Very solid start, to say the least. He's got a 4-game hit streak. He hit in all 4 for the Orioles. 2 for 4 in the opener against Tampa Bay. And the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Worth noting, we have Dana DeMuth behind home plate, the crew chief, along with Greg Gibson, Ed Hickox, and Mike Estabrook, the crew that has worked the 2 games in this series. That one's going to be a base hit into right field. He'll make the big turn. Souza will get it in, and that's what Buck Showalter loves. It's not that he doesn't have major league experience, it's he's got major league maturity the way he hits.
Incredible poise in the box. He's used the whole field here. Very tough pitch on the outside corner, but look at him stay short, using the whole field. I mean, he's been very impressive here the first week of the season. Short. Look at the head position. I think that's the key. Every swing he's taken, his head is in a position, letting the ball travel, seeing it deep, and actually watching the ball make contact with the bat.
He does it so effortlessly. So the Orioles have Manny Machado at the plate. Odorizzi with a delivery and a ground ball towards the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. A seeing eye single, and Machado's got a 5-game hit streak. So he and Rickard at the top of the order both are at a +5 here with a hit in every game so far.
Looking good. Take a look at the Rays defense. Dickerson, Kiermaier, and Souza Jr. in the outfield. Miller and Forsythe will be the double play combination. Longoria over at third, and Steve Pearce, welcome back, at first base. Kirk Casale doing the catching this afternoon.
Well, the Orioles get a chance to jump on Jake Odorizzi here in the first inning. Chris Davis, a home run. He went 1 for 2 with a homer in game number 1. And now he's got an RBI chance in his first at bat in this ball game. He's gone 1 for 3 so far in these situations. Shift is put on. They'll play it at double play depth, though. If you take a look, we were talking about in the first inning where Scope was playing. Now you look where Forsythe is because of the situation. He can't go back deep in right field because they're going to try and turn 2 if a ground ball is hit to him, or at least get the lead runner.
Yeah.
Breaking ball down low.
Absolutely. He's got to shorten up a little bit. He's trying to give himself as much room out there as possible just to come up with a play. You know, Chris Davis, the big shift over there. But yeah, they're looking to try to get the force out at second base, try to keep the double play in order. Davis runs too hard down the line for them to turn it from that deep position.
1-0 delivery on the way. Was going to say Dana DeMuth, the home plate umpire, veteran umpire, historically has been an umpire who has favored hitters pretty significantly as far as the strike zone is concerned. He usually has got it pretty tight for pitchers, so we'll see if that holds up here today. 2-0 count. Runners off first and second for the Orioles. Davis on the big cut. That one fouled off. Casali, the catcher, got a piece of that one. Odorizzi paid some real tribute to the Orioles yesterday, talking about his start today. He said of the Orioles, they're aggressive. You have to make good pitches early. Just have to get ahead of them. Said any team in a non-chase mode, which is how he views the Orioles, you have to come into them and get it in the strike zone in order to get a strike, because they're not going to go after bad pitchers, he said, and that for a pitcher is a tough test.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, Chris Davis showing the great eye right now, and he has since the start of the season. But you have to attack early on this team, try to get ahead, and then you can go to your secondary pitches, maybe expand the zone a little bit. But it seems like they've bought into the new philosophy of being patient, understanding that there are hitters up and down this lineup that can do damage. And the Orioles are going to try to stay consistent in that regard.
3-1 goes to center field. Kiermaier started back. Gold Glover will come in and make the catch. And Davis is retired. Our Maryland Live Casino inside the numbers.
Highest career earned run average at Camden Yards. Rich Hill leading the way. There's Hochevar, but Jake Odorizzi, 7.20 earned run average. His last two starts here at Camden Yards has given up 7 home runs. Now, he's pitched much better on the road, especially last year after a dismal 2014 6.32 earned run average on the road. It bounced back to 3.86, but sometimes ballparks can wreak havoc mentally with pitchers. I think he's had a hard time in his career here at Camden Yards.
Trumbo will take the pitch for a strike. Think of what the Orioles got out of the game not being played yesterday. Smiley was going to pitch. He's got the best ERA in this ballpark ever at .84. They go to the guy who's got the third highest. They would have had a left-hander. Instead, they get a right-hander working in this game, all because the game ended up being canceled yesterday. That's, at least by the numbers, that's a pretty good swap.
Yeah, plays well for the Orioles. And certainly Smiley has given them fits past couple seasons. And Mike Wright's kind of been taking the brunt of the weather here, getting bumped out of his first 2 starts.
Wright's going to start in Boston, game number 2 on Tuesday against Clay Buchholz. That's the schedule for him. 0-2 count. Mike Trumbo. Trumbo with a 2 for 4 in the opener and off to a good start. He's been spreading the ball all around the field. 7 for 15 for Trumbo. Trumbo has drawn a walk, has only 1 strikeout. 1 down, first and second. 0-2 delivery. Odorizzi's pitch in the dirt. Casali with a nice stop. The Orioles in the walk department have picked up 13 walks while surrendering only 9 to the 29 strikeouts they've picked up. Buck Showalter's team. We were talking about what Odorizzi said about the Orioles. I can't imagine last year any pitcher would have said that about the Orioles offense.
Right.
I mean, they just weren't. The Orioles would chase pitches and go after stuff. I mean, that's the way they were. Hit a lot of home runs, scored runs.
Well, I think their aggressiveness can be looked at a couple different ways from a starting pitcher standpoint. I mean, you have to be so careful and try to find their holes and really exploit the weaknesses of some of the Orioles hitters. But if they show the patience that they've shown this year, they're going to have trouble and eventually going to have to come to somebody. Last year, the danger was just so aggressive that even, it didn't matter where the count was or what the count was or situation of game. They're just hacking. They're trying to cover the baseball, aggressive in the zone. And sometimes that can help you and sometimes hurt you. But ultimately, they're just looking for more consistency and more quality at bats that lead to more opportunities to drive in runs.
They're hitting .285 as a team through the first 4. The Orioles have outscored opponents 17-7 in the first 4 games. 2-2 count. 1 down. Pitch on the way is going to be taken, and the count will go full, 3-2. So Rickard on at second base, Manny Machado on at first. Bobby Dickerson relaying the signs here with 1 away as to whether or not Showalter will want to put him in motion or not here early in the ball game. Trumbo to be followed by Matt Wieters in the lineup. Odorizzi holding with a runner close at second. Forsythe, second baseman, moving in, and that'll cause the step off.
Well, you like to see that. You get the speed at second base. Odorizzi's thinking about this situation, whether or not the pitch is right. Does he have to be a little bit quicker to home just in case Machado and Rickard run? A lot of things going on in his head right now.
3-2 delivery on the way, and he'll get the ground ball. He was particularly tough last year in these situations. Opponents hit only .201 against him with runners in scoring position. That's about 45 points lower than the average in baseball. That's a really solid number. So out of the stretch, he pitched well.
Well, last year was just a breakout season, I think, for him. He was in the top 10 in a couple categories for starter. Earned run average being 1 is very low, and opponent batting average overall was very low. So we're looking for Odorizzi to step up and have another consistent year in this rotation.
3-ball 2-strike count to Trumbo for the second time, and a high heater at 90 miles an hour will pick up a big strikeout, and there are 2 down.
Well, Odorizzi's always had success at the top of the zone. A little extra life up there, and you can see the natural cut. Just 90 miles an hour, but a natural cut on his 4-seam fastball. Adds to the difficulty when his pitches are elevated.
So Matt Wieters will stand in. Matt has hit in all 3 games in which he has appeared, and if you go back to last year, he's got an 11-game hit streak, which would be the longest of his career. Swing and a miss after that fastball to get Trumbo. He drops one off of the outside of the plate at 84.
Yeah, pretty good movement there. That's a split finger. Very comfortable throwing that to left-handed hitters, and you saw why. The great fade action as it runs down and away to Wieters.
Left-handers last year hit .230 against him, .234 for right-handers, so not much difference. Wieters on the big cut. They got a pickoff, and they got him. He got back in. How did he do that? He was halfway down to third base, and Rickard somehow got back in as Casale had to wait a second to see if it was going to cover. And now Kevin Cash, Tampa Bay manager, is going to hold the game up here to see if they want to replay on this, and they say no.
Boy, Joey Rickard, the good secondary lead, and then on the swing, his leg buckles underneath him, so he actually hit the dirt out there at the end of his secondary lead, so had all he could do to get back in there safely.
0-2 the count on Wieters. Matt a 2 for 4 in game 1, and that one way up and out of the strike zone, and a 1-ball 2-strike count. Big news, not only the numbers for Matt that looking good, but the swing looks good. Any health problems that he had last year via the actions on the field for Matt, both behind the plate and at the plate, he looks good. 100% ready to go. 1-2 delivery to him. That'll be down low. Casale with a nice stop. 2-2.
Yeah, there were a couple times in spring training where the Orioles were kind of holding their breath with Matt Wieters. Maybe some scar tissue letting loose in that elbow. Of course, the Tommy John surgery, and the Orioles so excited to have him back. Of course, his leadership, Gold Glove caliber defense behind the plate, but they need him to be healthy and help lead this team this season.
2-2 the count. Shift on in the infield. Wieters will go after it. Pops it up. Shortstop side. Miller will give way. Longoria comes over and got it. So the Orioles get the first 2 on, but as Odorizzi did a lot last year, he gets the out before anybody crosses. No score. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting.
Take a look at the largest increase in strikeouts per 9 innings last season versus this season, while the defending champ Royals leading the way with that plus 3.06. Red Sox right there looking to their rotation to be more consistent this season. And there are the Orioles. Nice jump of 2.77 differential in strikeouts. You know, Tillman, Gallardo, Jimenez, they've been really aggressive in the strike zone. And when you can show you can throw strikes, you're going to get more chases out of the zone. Jimenez came up with 9 Ks in his first start. He was attacking the zone and going to that big split finger. Tillman's fastball, the velocity's up, so high strikeouts have really come more frequently here in the early going.
Corey Dickerson will lead it off here. Dickerson, left-handed bat, 1 for 3 in the opener. Left-handers last year against Vance Worley, the Orioles starter, hit .307. Right-handers .276 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and that's going to cut way inside to him. Dickerson has had 3 extra base hits, all 3 that he's had. He's had 2 home runs and a double to start the season out for Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is trying to find some offense here early in the season. 2-0 delivery to him, and they find one right there. That'll be his first single of the year and a leadoff one here in the 2nd inning. Dickerson on.
Yeah, they're counting on Dickerson to provide some extra thump in this lineup. Came up a little short with runs scored last year, so they're trying to push a few more across the plate. You said it. Slow start here in the early going for the Rays.
Nice hand for Steve Pearce, former Oriole, making his first appearance in a Tampa Bay uniform here. A much liked player. You got all kinds of kudos from Buck Showalter yesterday on how valuable he was to the Orioles and how, as he said, lucky Tampa Bay is to have him. And as we noted, he has been a very solid hitter here in this ballpark. .277 lifetime average with 25 home runs. The Orioles will put the shift on with a runner on at first base. And I mean, there is nobody between first and second.
Well, we've seen Steve Pearce go the other way, but I think, you know, when you talk about the Rays and the reason why they acquired some of these new bats to their offense is strictly for the power. They need production. The guys aren't going to feel for it up there. They're going to turn and burn. Take a look at Steve Pearce's career numbers with the O's at 266 games at .258 batting average, 43 homers. Now his best season with the O's back in 2014, where he helped lead them to the American League East title to 21 homers that season.
Little roller. Only plays at first. Manny Machado makes the flip and will get it there in time.
Beautiful play right there from Manny Machado. See, playing so deep, so you rely on that first step quickness that Manny has, and the transfer as pure as silk right there. Getting the glove, 1 step, transfer over to the throwing arm, and boom, off it goes. Deadly accurate, so smooth.
So a scoring chance here for the Rays against Worley. Brad Miller's 0 for 4. He is looking for his first hit. He's gone 0 for 14. He has started all of the games at shortstop. He came over from Seattle in an off-season deal. They also got Logan Morrison, who is in the lineup as the DH in that deal, and Danny Farquhar was working out of the bullpen. And that ball will be foul the other way. Tampa Bay had only 3 scoring chances in the first game and went 0 for 3. They are 6 for 22. Runners in scoring position. Or 32, I guess. Is that right, Kev? Good. 32. And the pitch taken for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Nice fastball right there. Now, Worley's never had a real dominant fastball. He's never been up in the mid-90s with the heater. Always the low 90s, and velocity's kind of taking a tick down, 1 or 2 miles an hour. But you can tell the movement's there. His ability to move the ball around, change the speeds, and that deception can come up big. I think you know, Worley Could be a very valuable swingman.
Got him. Boy, that's a good pitch. He's done that a couple of times. The left-handers already in the game.
Running that cutter in there, locating it well on the inside corners, not leaving anything hanging out over the middle of the plate. There you see, getting on the side of the baseball, and the good movement on the inner third. Really working inside there to Miller, consistently painting that spot.
So there are 2 down, and that will bring up Steven Souza. Souza's had a 1 for 3 in game 1. As we said, one of the numbers Worley will work on is that .296 average against him with runners in scoring position that he had last year. Pitch on the way down to third base, and that will be foul. Worley has pitched here at Camden Yards before. He has no record here. 2 career starts. He last pitched here in April of 2013 when he was with Minnesota, giving up 10 hits in 5 innings, 5 runs. Overall, though, his ERA is 3.27 here at Camden Yards. Throwing strikes, found another foul ball, 0-2.
And you mentioned that year with Minnesota. Actually, a couple strong years with the Phillies. The Twins picked him up. He was the opening day starter in 2013 with the Twins, but he had some elbow problems, and he pitched in pain that whole year, and actually the worst year of his career. Twins got rid of him, and he went and had success with the Pirates.
And he gets them to go after it. Souza retired. He gets a couple of strikeouts, 3 in the ball game. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on at second base. Selected 500 more for every Orioles home run hit today. You can play Home Run Riches scratch-offs to win up to $50,000 or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Go to mdlottery.com/baseball. Weather's played havoc all around Major League Baseball first week, and another postponement today. Cleveland playing in Chicago against the White Sox. They've got rain, some cold weather, so that game postponed before it ever got started. Orioles bat here. Here's Alvarez, designated hitter for the Orioles, looking for that first hit as an O. He had an 0 for 4 in the opener and is 0 for 12 to start the season.
Yeah, just one, get him going. Of course, I think any new player that comes on a new team has some pressure on, and he wants to get off to a good start with the Orioles. Maybe trying a little too hard.
That was an eephus pitch. 69 miles an hour. Rip Sewell, where are you? 1-1 delivery on the way, and there it is. No, hauled down. Forsythe, and couldn't get it. They called him out, but he dropped the ball. That'll be changed. Greg Gibson was blocked. He couldn't see it. Home plate umpire coming out, Dana DeMuth. Dana will tell him. Ball was dropped, and he's safe.
There it is, yeah. Wayne Kirby let him know as well. Boy, it's not easy getting your first hit with a new club, is it? I mean, whistles one Out to Forsythe, who makes an incredible play as the ball kicks up, and then the throw and almost a great stretch and catch by Steve Pearce at first base. But there you see it, ball lying on the ground. Alvarez comes up with his first hit as an Oriole.
So Alvarez leads the inning off at first base. I'm going to wait and make sure they do call that a hit. I believe you have to, but we'll wait on the official score. Hardy is up. J.J. Hardy back in the lineup. Was not going to play yesterday. Missed a ball game. But back in now. And the Orioles happy to have their shortstop back. Adam Jones, of course, is still out. A muscle problem around the ribs. A continuing problem. Supposedly is still available to play if needed. But not well enough to be out there in the starting lineup. That ball off the fist popped up towards short. Miller, he's got it, and that was a base hit, by the way, for Alvarez. Time is running out on your chance to earn exclusive orange carpet benefits. An Orioles full or partial season plan. You save money on single game ticket prices. You get the most flexible exchange policy in Major League Baseball. Access to postseason tickets and more. Orioles.com/season. One down here in the second inning. Jonathan Schoop. Jonathan also has started the season out with a hit in each of the first 4, 5. That'll go into the corner. Dickerson going over to get it. On the turn, Alvarez. Alvarez, it got bobbled. He's going to be waved home by Bobby Dickerson. There'll be no play. Throw to the plate. Well, there is a play. Not in time. Boy, got that one in a hurry. Good relay toss made by Brad Miller. Down to second base goes Schoop, and the Orioles have a 1-0 lead.
And not easy getting that run. Jonathan Schoop, great swing. He was hot in spring training, carrying it over to the season. Dickerson with the slide down the line, but kicks it away from himself. He gets it back in, and Miller, lead man in the pivot, he makes a nice relay home and almost gets Alvarez. If not for this great slide to the back corner, might have been gunned down. Great slide there by Alvarez. Nice relay by the Rays, but the Orioles on the board first.
Now they're holding up here. See whether or not they want to challenge. Kevin Cash says no. There'll be no challenge on the play at the plate. So at second base, Jonathan Schoop picks up the RBI. Boy, a red hot bat to start the season for Schoop, and the Orioles on the board. That's his 4th run batted in. Schoop and Wieters have the team lead, and here is Kim, and he gets a nice hand. There are the career numbers in the 10 seasons that he played in South Korea. The 28-year-old getting an opportunity in his first game as an Oriole. A .318 career average in the 10 seasons that he played in South Korea. Runner on at second base. Kim goes after it, fouls it away.
Yeah, you saw the impressive numbers in his career in Korea, but got off to a slow start in spring training. Actually 0 for 21. Till he was pressing and then started to make some adjustments. Just taking the bat head to the baseball, started picking up some hits at the end of spring, but you know, he wasn't. There was some controversy there about him being on the roster. He's here now, so Buck Showalter will get the most out of him. And you know, every day he's in there working with Scott Coolbaugh, trying to help his swing, make it more prepared for this level, especially getting onto a fastball.
And he can thank in part Adam Jones for that hand he just got coming to the plate. Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way. A little chopper down to third. Can he beat it out? Oh yeah! Doesn't matter how far it goes so long as you're on. Kim's hitting 1,000 at the major leagues.
There you go. Put it in play. Good things will happen, especially with 2 strikes. Somehow he able to get on top of that Odorizzi high fastball. And that'll help him relax for sure. You see the high fastball just chopping it down. Longoria no chance. So Odorizzi trying to make the play. Backhand off the heel. That'll go down as Kim's first major league hit. Hustling down the line.
When I said Adam Jones, when the introductions were made on opening day, Kim took some boos, and Adam Jones came out strongly saying to the Oriole fans, what are you doing? What are you doing to Kim? What you're doing is kicking him in the, and you can fill in the blank, because that's what Adam said. And the fans responded here today, now that he's in the lineup, with a real nice hand. You saw some of the fans standing up Good for Adam and good for the fans.
Sure.
So Kim on at first base. The Orioles now with runners on at first and third. They have a run in. Rickett at the top picked up a base hit his first time up. So the Orioles against Odorizzi with a chance to do some damage. They've already got 5 hits off him. Kim's got some decent speed. He stole bases years in South Korea. He had 11 stolen bases last year, 11 out of 16. Had as many as 13 in a given season, so not a base stealer, but given a chance can go.
Well, you know, Buck Showalter talked about taking what's given. This team has to pay attention to the detail. If Odorizzi slows up, trust me, Wayne Kirby will be right there getting in his ear.
It's 1 up and into him. Foul tipped into the mitt, says Dana DeMuth. Rickett with a base hit is now hit in all 5 ball games, and numbers he's putting up. That's his 8th hit in his 16th at bat. So you can figure out his average pretty simply.
Yeah, I can even figure that one out.
He's had a home run.
Of course, I'm not going to say it on the air because I could be wrong.
Could be wrong. That's what I do. just say you can figure it out, and then they assume you know it, and they can figure it out. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Orioles lots of timely hitting going on. They had a 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position in game 1. They are hitting .370 as a ball club in these situations to start the year. Odorizzi with the 2-1 delivery, and that one put up in the air towards center field. Kiermaier, he circles it, tagging up at third base. Jonathan Scope will score. Rickard gets it done, an RBI, and the Orioles have a 2-0 lead.
Manufactured here. A couple runs across the board. And Rickard waiting on a good pitch to drive a hanging split finger there. Pick up the sac fly. Odorizzi just shaking the head.
So on at first base is Kim now. 2 runs in the inning. There are 2 down. That'll bring up Manny Machado. Machado, a base hit his first time up. The Orioles come into this game through their first 4 hitting .370 when there are 2 outs for an at bat. On a check swing, that'll go right back into the screen. Now, some of these numbers obviously are going to level off, but you ride this wave as long as it'll stay up for you.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what baseball is all about. You get the confidence up in certain situations, and you just keep pushing. You don't really talk about it. You just have a great feel, a confident feel when you step in the box in those situations, and yeah, you ride it out as long as you can.
0-1, Kim off first base, really good off-speed breaking ball. Down to 70, and Manny went around on it, and a 2-strike count.
Some quality to that pitch. Very rarely do you see Manny Machado off balance. That one got him there. Nice finish on the curve.
Outfield pretty deep, wind blowing left to right at the moment, and that'll be inside. Odorizzi last year, Mike was mentioning on the leaderboard, he was 8th in ERA, tied for 9th. Opponent batting average at .231. Did lower his ERA last year from 4.13 down to 3.35, which is significant. Really had a quality year. 1-2 count. Kim not going at first base. Ball up in the air, left center field. Pretty good wood near the wall at it. And goodbye, home run. Manny Machado continues the Orioles' offensive production. His 3rd.
These innings, Orioles putting the big crooked number on the board, and Machado staying hot with the power. 3 games in a row for Machado. And he is clearing the hips on the inside pitch. Odorizzi working hard on the inner third. Man, he knows how to get to that inside.
4-0 lead, fouled off a couple times by Davis.
A little cutter here. And on the side of the baseball, and you see why Manny is so dangerous. Hips clear, and that bat head gets to the baseball lightning fast. Great power. There's Machado and his teammate Kim slap on the head for keeping the inning going.
And for Amy McGarry, our Maryland lottery contestant of the game, that's worth $500. As the Orioles as a team now have put up 8 home runs while giving up only 3 in the year. Chris Davis will take the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Chris flied to center, his first time up. Scope the RBI double. Record with the sac fly RBI, and Machado a 2-run homer. Chris watches that one away. And the Orioles making Odorizzi really work here in the first inning of this ball game. Second inning rather. 42 pitches thrown. 2-2 delivery up and in, and he gets him. That'll be the second strikeout, but the Orioles have the big inning. Orioles come away with the 4 runs, doing it with everything from a little chopper to a Manny Machado 2 RBI homer. Orioles up 4-0. Forward to Miller time later in our ball game today, brought to you by Miller Lite.
See the bat or hit speed there from Manny Machado. Ball off the bat 99 miles an hour. Major league average at 77. Typically when you see the home run, right up there in the high 90s, sometimes up over 100.
So Vance Worley in his debut as an Orioles really got something to work with here, going to the 3rd inning with a 4-0 lead. By the way, Robinson Cano leads the American League in homers 4, and a number of players including Manny tied for second at 3. Fouled off by Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier with an 0 for 3 in the opener. In at third base, Manny Machado, recognizing his speed. He'll foul that one his way, but out of play.
Kiermaier, great speed at the plate. Best defender in the American League last year, center field. His bat can stay more consistent. This guy will be a force for a number of years.
1 ball 2 strike delivery to him, and that's fouled straight back. So Kiermaier in the 8th spot, Casali the catcher, and then Forsythe at the top of the order against the Orioles' 28-year-old right-hander. 1 ball 2 strikes, and got him. Well, Worley's chalking up those Ks we were talking about. That's 3 in a row, 4 in a game.
I'll tell you what, Vance Worley, now take a look at the movement he gets on this 2-seam fastball. You know, back when he was in his heyday with the Phillies a couple years, he led the league in a number of strike 3s taken. So it kind of shows you the deception.
That one ripped to left field. Kim will play that on a hop. Casali gets the base hit. This week, only T-Mobile customers can get a free season-long subscription to MLB TV Premium. All you got to do is go to T-Mobile.com/MLB. Sign up now. Catch every moment of America's fastest-growing LTE network. You call third strikes for pitchers. Real good sign.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Now, you want Worley to pitch to the early contact, but, you know, the deception, the ability to keep guys guessing and locate pitches on the edges, all to his benefit, especially with Wieters behind the plate.
Kim will make the play. Runner halfway back. Forsythe is retired, and there are 2 down.
Wayne Kirby staying on Kim. No help from Adam Jones there.
Kim already a couple of putouts in left field, along with the infield hit and the runs scored. Here is Morrison. Morrison, designated hitter, a strikeout victim his first time up. Just a 158 lifetime hitter against the Orioles. Shift on against him, and the pitch will be taken inside for a ball. The Orioles go on the road after this ball game and head to Boston. Boston will have their home opener, so it is an afternoon game. 1:30 for O's Extra, 2 o'clock for the ball game tomorrow. Yvonne Gallardo will go against David Price. Price the winner in his first start, as well as Gallardo. And Mike Wright, Clay Buchholz on Tuesday night, and Wednesday night Ubaldo Jimenez and Joe Kelly are the scheduled starters. Red Sox playing in Toronto behind 2-0 midway through that ball game today. One delivery on the way, and just got a piece. So the Cows stay at 1-2.
You mentioned that Logan Morrison, the only Ray that has ever faced Worley before, so advantage goes to Worley. You know, especially first time through. Now second time see him and, you know, follow up with the reports, but sometimes it takes a while to get used to a pitcher if you've never faced them before. And I think you know, Worley being the veteran, you know, he knows what to do out there, especially guys that don't know what he's got.
Worley has 31 wins, 28 losses for a career record at the major league level. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Outfield shaded to right. Pitch will be taken, and the count goes to 2-2. Orioles really cover that gap. Now they move it around even more towards left field. So Wayne Kirby continues to direct traffic. You've got Trumbo playing right in the gap in right center field. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a little tapper that'll go foul. Morrison in a good battle here with Worley.
Yeah, really good. I love the way Worley's moving the ball around. Great location. Every pitch really having a purpose right now for Worley. Wieters working him very well. You want to stay. See the pitch track at the bottom of the strike zone.
2-2 delivery on the way down to first base. Too bad it didn't count. Nice play.
Just trying to stay warm down there. Probably knew it was going to be a foul ball, but hey, trying to keep the blood in the legs.
Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 7th pitch of the at bat coming up against Logan Morrison. Real good crowd on hand here on this Sunday. Most of it in the sun where it is comfortable if cool. Worley with that stretch. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that will miss. So with a 3-2 count, running at first base, Casali, and there's Wayne Kirby again directing traffic, moving the center fielder Rickard over towards right again. So the outfield, for the way the Orioles play it here, is pretty much straight up, because the right fielder is always in that gap to some degree. Runner goes, and he got him. Worley gets his 5th strikeout. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. The Orioles on top 4-0. At least 6 in all 4 games this year. First time since '95 they've had 4 or more in the first games of the season. They haven't scored today. 2-zip. Toronto leading in the 6th inning of their game. And Bautista on Toronto. A long season. We're in the first week. We're going to be periods like this at some point. It's just happening now. We've got to stay positive. We have a great team. Just because we're 2-4 doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. Bautista on that 2-4 mark of the Jays. The Jays will be the homestand for the Orioles. And when the O's come back off the road. Trumbo at the plate. Toronto will be here for 3 games, 19, 20, and 21, and the only 3 games of that very short homestand.
Yeah. So pretty tough schedule though for the Orioles here out of the gate. Some division rivals, obviously, and we've talked and heard all winter and now into spring about the parity, across the American League, and everybody talking about American League East especially just going to beat up on themselves and probably be very even at the end. But I'll tell you what, you don't want to dig yourself a hole. Try to stay as consistent as possible. Orioles off to a nice start here in April.
2-1 delivery on the way to Trumbo. He struck out his first time up. Count goes to 2-2. Orioles on top by a game over Boston. Game and a half Yankees. Toronto's 2 and Tampa Bay is 2.5 out. Toronto are 3 games out. They've lost 4 in a row. The Blue Jays. 2-2 delivery. Perhaps the biggest surprise, Minnesota. Minnesota has not won.
Yeah.
They came in here and were swept by the Orioles, and they're still looking to win. They're 0-5. They and Atlanta. Atlanta's 0-4. The only 2 teams without a win yet. 3-2 delivery and a base hit the other way. And we're coming to find out that is Mark Trumbo's MO. Leadoff single. The Birds are going to return to Oriole Park on Tuesday. They begin the 3-game series against the Jays. Each game is a midweek series, 7:05, so don't miss out on an early showdown. Good seats remain. Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD.
Trumbo picking up base hits all over Camden Yards this week.
Matt Wieters popped out his first time up and takes the pitch away. The Orioles now have had the leadoff man on in all 3 innings, and that's against Odorizzi, who last year retired 75% of leadoff batters, which is a very solid number. Anything over 70%. The Orioles have gotten to him all 3 innings. Fouls that off the other way. Not with the pop out to third his first time up.
Yeah, we hear Buck Showalter talk time and time again about stressful innings. Well, the Orioles offense has had the pressure on Odorizzi from the get-go. Last inning, of course, the big inning to make all the marks, but even in the first, he started out with back-to-back singles from Rickard and Machado.
1-1 delivery. Shift is on. Foul back. I mean, you're trying to get somewhere around the 16 pitch per inning mark if you're a starter. Odorizzi's up to 25.
Yeah, very labor intensive when you're going through this Orioles lineup, especially right now with everybody so hot.
1 ball, 2 strike count on Matt. Very short lead at first for Trumbo. Infield at double play depth in the shift. 1-2 pitch to him is right into it. Short hop. There's 1. Miller. And there's 2. Forsythe on the short hop to start that double play. 2 down. Well, catch the complete game. Never miss a home run, a game-changing play. For O's alerts and opportunities to win exclusive prizes, including meet and greets with the players, text Orioles to 29292. That's Orioles to 29292. Double play takes the leadoff man off the base pass. Alvarez getting his first hit as an Oriole and scoring in the 2nd inning. The Orioles DH. The off-speed delivery to him floats in at 68 for a strike.
In the 60s, that's considered the eephus, right?
Don't know there's any official MPH on that, but yeah, that's close enough. That one is going to be foul back. For baseball fans who have not, Rip Sewell made that pitch famous. He threw what came to be known as the eephus pitch. It looked like a softball pitch. It would come in with a huge arc and it would be 40 miles an hour, 45. I'm trying to throw it as a strike is really difficult.
Yeah, real tough.
0-2 delivery, and that is taken up high. Count goes to 1-2. We're trying to get that word in as many times as possible because Mike, our home plate cameraman, is keeping a tab on us. He told us before the game we had used ephus except for the last game. So we're making amends for that by using it a number of times here so we get some coverage for future games where guys throw only 90. A 1-ball 2-strike count on Pedro Alvarez. One-two delivery on the way to him, and a swing and a miss. Turned that one over. Nope, fouled it off. That piece of that couldn't be held on to by Casali.
Odorizzi has a good feel for that split finger. He's thrown, boy, a few really good ones here in the early part of this ball game to left-handed hitters.
He'll try it again. 1-2. Down to first and foul. Greg Gibson, first base umpire, no doubt about that call. You could hear him all the way up here on that one. Down there bundled up warmly at first base. 1-ball 2-strike count. Through the splitter, I was looking last year, Odorizzi, 30% of his pitches was the splitter. 1-2 delivery, and that one put up in the air, foul territory. Longoria, a monster run, is not going to get there, and it won't matter. Out of play.
And split finger and the high fastball are his plus pitches. It's because of that extra life up through the zone. But today, the Orioles offense seems to be prepared for that high heater, staying on top of a couple high ones, picking up some big base hits.
Long way to last for the timeout. Last year, 51% of his pitches were the four-seam fastball. And then you had 30% the splitter and a slider, curve, cutter making up the rest. Ground ball, had to reach for that one. Shortstop Brad Miller will make the play, and that will retire the side. No runs on one hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We've completed 3 with the Orioles leading it 4-0. Brought to you by the way, RAV4 Hybrid, all-wheel drive and unexpected performance. Visit buyatoyota.com. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordick here on the Sunday afternoon at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. 4-7-0 for the Orioles. 0-2-0 as Vance Worley has held Tampa Bay to a couple of singles. Dickerson and Casali. Nobody beyond second base, and only one there through the first 3 innings.
Yeah, really efficient here, minimizing his pitch count. He knows he's going to be on a limit today, so staying aggressive in the zone, mixing all his pitches up, looking very strong right now.
Longoria goes the other way, foul. Longoria flied out his first time up. Buck Showalter said, as always, we'll let the opposing team tell us when Worley is not effective or effective. And right now he's very effective. But they do want to hold that pitch count down. 0-2 delivery on the way, and that will be up high. 1 ball, 2 strike count. The rate he's going right now, he could get up there to 90.
Yeah.
Longoria waiting. 1-2 delivery, grounded towards the hole. Hardy. Long throw. Ooh, got him. That was close. And Kevin Cash says, wait a minute, I want to look at that one.
Every time there's a close play, we got to look. Well, I think we ought to look at it too. Look at J.J. Hardy making this nice backhand play. Ball gets in the glove, and boy, there is no hesitation. Up into the throwing hand, strong throw. Davis, another strong stretch over there at first base.
No challenge. Longoria retired. Good play by Hardy. Good stretch by Chris Davis. Here's Corey Dickerson. Dickerson a base hit his first time up. He was left stranded. Worley no walks, 5 strikeouts. Odorizzi no walks, 2 strikeouts. And that pitch will miss down low for a ball. Pierce and then maybe Miller to follow. This Tampa Bay team comes in having homered in 19 consecutive ball games. A new team record. 1-0 pitch, and that one will miss. Gets behind here 2-0. Orioles have hit at .285 here in this first homestand, averaging 3.4 runs per ball game. That one is lashed the other way foul. Tell you how good the Oriole pitching has been. The Orioles with that 4-0 record and only 17 runs scored coming into this game. That is the lowest total through 4 games by an American League team to start 4-0.
Yeah. Yeah, surprising, right?
Yeah. Supposed to be the other way around.
I know.
Supposed to have scored 40 runs, win 4, but score 40 and have a high ERA.
Yeah, just over 4 runs per game for the Orioles offense, but the starting rotation and the bullpen have just been doing a fabulous job.
That number true in the divisional era since division play started. 3-1 delivery on the way, hit in the air towards center. It is deep, it is way back, and make it 20 consecutive ball games in which a home run has been hit by a Rays player. Dickerson gets it. They're on the board 4-1.
Well, that's why they brought him over. His 3rd home run of the season. Power guy. They're counting on many more from that bat. Take a look here. Really making quality pitches, but Dickerson goes out and gets the 2-seamer located in a good spot, but you see the extension there.
Worley gave up 6 home runs in the 71 innings that he worked at the major league level last year. So on their 3rd hit, Rays make it a 4-1 ball game. Pierce, Steve grounded out his first time up. Shift on against him. Ball in the air towards center. Rickard coming in and makes the catch. 2 down. Well, this Sunday and every Sunday home game, the kids 14 and under get to run the bases here after the ball game, so make it a family day. Have a great afternoon of baseball and cap it off with a lifelong memory for the kids as they run the base paths. The next Sunday home game is May 1 when the O's take on the White Sox. Tickets 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. And obviously a great thrill for the kids to be able to do that, and they will be doing it after the game today. Brad Miller, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Kids opening day here at Camden Yards on this Sunday. 1-0's away for a ball.
You know, so many times you hear pitchers, pitching coaches talking about angles that are created on the mound. Try to either get into a lefty or create a tough angle for a righty. And when you have a pitcher that throws across his body as Worley does, I mean, it is an exaggerated angle. He's way over on the 3rd base side, and he is stepping in between the batter's box and the Rays dugout. So it appears that he's going to be throwing one right at the on-deck circle, and here it comes. The right hand from behind the ear. So not only is it tough to see, but the angle is just ridiculous.
So there will be the first walk of the ball game, picked up by Brad Miller. Tampa Bay needing base runners here will get one via the free pass. Miller on with 2 out. Souza coming up, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Souza's had a hit in 4 at-bats in these 2 games. No announcement made yet on when that makeup game will be for yesterday's washout. Tampa Bay, of course, will be coming back here. There's at least one off day, which maybe is being considered, whatever, but they haven't made any announcement yet on the makeup date. 1-0 count, 2 down, 4-1 Orioles up. Souza will go the other way. That's going to be in the gap, but with Trumbo playing the gap, he's right there to get it. Whoa. Throw in to second base. As they held up the base runner, Miller was going to go and then turned around and came back. So first and second, good in by Trumbo. Take a look at our Mile 1 upcoming schedule. Mile 1 Automotive offering you 20 convenient locations throughout the Baltimore area. Visit the men's store or online at mile1.com.
Now who's heading up to Fenway Park opening day tomorrow at Fenway Park. 2 o'clock start, and then Tuesday and Wednesday 7 o'clock starts on Masson.
Oh, this is a big moment in the ball game, even though there are 2 down. Kiermaier up, strikeout victim his first time up, 2 on, 2 away. And Kiermaier will take that pitch inside for a ball. So Worley needing to get a big out here of the Rays center fielder. Kiermaier, just a .205 hitter in this ballpark. Has had a couple of home runs here, but no average yet. Only 25 years old. Kiermaier can rove center field with the best of them. 2-0 delivery on the way, and he'll pop that one up to short. Hardy back, and he's got it. Big out. So 1 run in on 1 hit, 2 left. The home run by Dickerson makes it a 4-1 ball game. Some great sights and sounds at the ballpark here on this Sunday, and that's the way it should be. That is life at its best right there. I will be in that status as soon as I get on the bus. And when I get on the plane.
I'm not putting you in that little.
Well, no, I won't.
Carry.
It would be nice, but no, won't be in the Bjorn. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. Hardy popped out his first time up. Because my great fear is, as soon as I get on a bus, I go to sleep because it's just ingrained. One of these days, somebody's not going to wake me up. I know someone they'll do that.
Oh.
I know you would. I know everyone on that bus would.
Because it's been done to me.
That'll go to right. Hardy's retired. Souza there to put it away. One down here in the 4th inning.
You can see first pitch strikes. The Jeep inside the numbers pointing out that Odorizzi really getting ahead well. 80% of his strikes, first pitch strikes. Worley falling behind, but still having great success.
That's what we were talking about with Odorizzi coming into the game, believing the Orioles were a team that weren't going to chase, so he's had to throw strikes. Yeah. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that may be to the benefit of the Orioles. They're getting some better pitches to hit earlier in the count. Good off-speed delivery right there. Jonathan Schoop, an RBI double in the 2nd inning. The Orioles came through in that inning with the Schoop RBI, record RBI on a sac fly, and then the home run by Manny Machado, good for 2. And Dickerson with the home run in the 4th inning. The 1-up on the board now for the Rays. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery to him outside for a ball.
Now, Orioles offense is certainly going to be a challenge, and it has been for 4 years now. But these guys, they're so big. They have such a great ability to, even if they get fooled, to let that bat head travel through the strike zone and still get extension and enough power to drive the ball. We've seen it a couple times with Jonathan Schoop, Machado already early in the season. So you add and subtract to try to keep hitters off balance. You move the ball around the zone, but the incredible ability to put the bat head on the ball no matter where it's pitched.
That one will be fouled away again the other way this time. And Schoop hangs in on the at bat. Jonathan now with a hit in all 5 games, and if you go back to last year, a 10-game hit streak. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that one was buried. He did not get it. Casali did, and a strikeout victim. 2 down. That'll be the 3rd K for Odorizzi.
Pretty good location here, dropping it down and away on Jonathan Schoop, actually taking a couple miles an hour off. So you see how far out front Schoop is. Can't reach that one. Great finish on the breaking ball.
Young Soo Kim in his first appearance for the Orioles at the plate. A little topper, picked up a base hit and then came in front of Machado on the home run. And we'll take that pitch for a strike. He had career highs last year, 28 homers, 121 RBIs. He scored 103 runs. He's looking at his walk totals. That goes into that shift. Forsythe has got it, gets the out. Kim actually in his career 10 years walked more than he struck out playing in South Korea, which in any league is a very unusual number. But Odorizzi gets a clean inning. Orioles though have the lead. Smiles, brought to you by Hair Cuttery, home of the Smile Back Guarantee. No small print, just big smiles. Just like that. Kids opening day here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards, and so far a good one for the Orioles, leading at 4-1. Worley, Major League, making his debut for the Orioles, rather. And there are the numbers. Kurt Casale, the catcher. Broken bat twister. That's Jonathan Scope using that big arm.
Pocket quarterback right there. Couple steps to get the big hop. And letting loose the cannon.
Forsythe is grounded out and flied out, top of the order. He'll be followed by Morrison. Worley's done a heck of a job. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He surrendered only 4 hits. And the pitch away for a ball.
Well, aside from that fastball there that rode up and out of the top of the strike zone, he has been pounding the lower third of the strike zone with everything, and ball moving down there as well. Cutting it, 2 seaming, throwing some nice sliders.
That one bounces all the way to the backstop. Last start July 18 last year at Milwaukee when he was a member of the Pirates. That's at the major leagues. He did make starts in the minors. That's one of the reasons why the pitch count is on today for him to some degree. Just the arm not getting the full workout last year, not at the major league level. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch. Oh, yikes. Your life in front of you on that one, right through the middle by Forsythe.
Now Forsythe, very quick bat. Of course, high on base percentage guy, career year last year, and he whistles this one right back through the box. Chuck and duck, Vance Worley.
So hit number 5 with 1 down and a runner on. Number 2 hitter, Logan Morrison. Morrison has struck out twice. Orioles stranded only a couple, 4 left on so far by the Rays. Orioles do shift the infield, and that one will be foul back.
I just love the way he's pitching. Great confidence right now on the mound. Actually came into spring training with some real good confidence as well. And you mentioned, yeah, he started at the major league level. He's been relegated to the bullpen. Actually better numbers in the bullpen.
Check swing one around, no question. He went to the bullpen after being in the rotation with Pittsburgh on May 14 and worked there before he was sent out, designated for assignment, as we said, at the end of July. 0-2 the count. Born in Sacramento, lives in Philadelphia. Pitch will be taken for a ball. Had 3 years of college ball at Long Beach State University.
And you know how Buck really studies the numbers and thinks about matchups. Well, the fact that Worley hasn't faced this Rays team, so they don't have that familiarity with him, but also the fact that in his 2 daytime starts last year, he came away with a .225 earned run average. So better success when the sun's out than in the evening, and I'm sure Buck Showalter looked at that when he was setting up the rotation for this first week.
Anything that will give the edge.
Absolutely.
2 balls, 2 strikes, runner at first, 1 down. Morrison takes it up high. And over the last 2 innings, you do get the feeling for Worley that gas tank needle is moving a little bit.
Yeah, a few more mistakes, drifting to the top of the zone. Last year, our last inning, had to work a little bit harder, had to walk. Gave up that long ball, of course.
Off first base, Forsythe. Full count. He's running. Ball down to first is a fair ball. There's 1, and that's all he can get. Outstanding play by Davis. That's probably a run if it gets by him, and surely a double.
Yeah, Chris Davis playing a sensational Gold Glove caliber first base here this first week of the season. He bounces off because he's holding the runner, but look at the range as he jumps back, saving the extra bases. Possible run score here with Forsythe on the move. Great play from Davis, reaching back, tagging the bag, and then of course head right up to see the runner, what he's doing.
Just spectacular in the first week. Dave Wallace is going to come out now to have a word. The Orioles, I think, getting Buck Showalter getting the same feeling we were. So they're going to get the bullpen active here. Brad Brock kind of warming up in a hurry. And Wallace going to get a little time. Now the 30-second clock in effect this year. So your visits to the mound are limited for pitching coaches, managers. If you're just going out to talk, they'll run the clock. And home plate umpire Dana DeMuth goes out to get him off the mound and back into the dugout. I would love to hear this conversation going on right now because it's got to be funny. I think Dave's telling him, you think I want to stay out there any longer than 30 seconds anyway? And Dana laughing about it.
Yeah, so Vance Worley up over 70 pitches, and that was probably the number where they were going to start, being concerned. But he's been pitching so well. You'd love to see him, work through and maybe get a little bit deeper. But as he gets stretched out, you see more of that.
Just don't make a mistake here. Longoria, 1-0 count, 0 for 2 in the game. That's going to go to short. Hardy can't get it. Base hit left. Kim, they're going to wave him home. Kim's up. Here's the throw to the plate. Wieters waiting on it, not in time. And it will be an RBI base hit for Longoria. So Longoria brings in Forsythe to make it a 4-2 ball game, picking up the RBI with 2 outs.
Good piece of hitting here. A pretty good pitch down at the bottom of the zone, and Longoria, who's been an Orioles killer ever since he entered the American League, continues with the base hit RBI there.
Kim with the throw in, but not in time, with a runner going with 2 down. So 1 for 4 today for Tampa Bay with runners in scoring position. Now Longoria is on at first base, and Corey Dickerson is up. And he'll foul it away. Longoria getting his 3rd RBI of the season. Souza leads Tampa Bay with 5 runs batted in, coming with the 3 home runs that he has hit, leading in that category as well for the Rays. Dickerson had a home run in the 4th inning, his 3rd of the year. Also his single, so he's had 3 hits and 5 at bats in the 2 games. And cut inside a little bit, and a 1-ball 1-strike count. So the Orioles asking Worley to get through this 5th, get the out, also give yourself a chance to be a winning pitcher.
Yeah, big time for Vance's confidence, and potentially staying here, either part of the rotation or into the bullpen. Talked about his value could be huge as a swingman, getting spot starts and length out of the bullpen.
Orioles will have some decisions to make coming up, as Brian Mattis is scheduled to be back on Thursday, according to Buck Showalter this morning. Kevin Gausman is to throw 3 or 4 innings today. They had a 2 o'clock ball game he's pitching in, and then he's scheduled to be back on the 19th. 1-2, and a little chopper down to first base. It'll be played by Davis to the bag and gets the out. Yeah. So run scores. Oh, hang on.
Okay, hit Matt Wieters' glove there.
Foul ball or interference?
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, that could prove to be a big play.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Catcher's interference, error on Matt.
Take a look. The cutter down at the bottom of the zone, still aggressive there, and you see Dickerson catching the backside of Wieters' glove.
So it keeps the inning alive, 1st and 2nd. And here is Steve Pearce. He will take it away for a ball. You got to believe this is 1 hitter longer than the Orioles wanted to go with Vance Worley.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they were hoping Longoria would maybe get himself out there. Inning gets extended now, and Worley working
That's going to be a base hit into right field. Trumbo over. They're going to wave the runner home. Here comes Longoria. Here's the throw to the plate, not in time. And suddenly this is a one-run ball game. So Steve Pearce, the former Oriole, takes advantage of the interference call and picks up an RBI single. And unfortunately for Vance Worley, he's not going to get a chance to be the winning pitcher in this ball game, as Buck Showalter is on his way out to go to the bullpen. Brock will come on. Worley in his debut, running into trouble here in both the 4th and 5th innings, and this one just a little too much to overcome. So Worley is out of there. Nice hand for him as he leaves in an Oriole uniform.
Have come through with a good start here. Nasty cutter, couple strikeouts there to the lefties. Look at the slider on the righties. Beautiful two-seam action as well. He was keeping this Rays offense off balance for the first 3 innings. 4th inning they started to get to him. 5th inning out of the ball game. So 4 2/3, scattering the 7 hits, couple earned runs there, and you see the comparison between today and 2015 season. Real good mix of his fastball and the breaking ball. Very solid line for Vance Worley. I think they got more out of him than they expected.
Now Brad Brock in a key situation here. 2 on, 2 out.
You see Brock's pitch arsenal. The fastball 70% of the time this year. Very good heater, cross-body delivery once again, only he sets up over on the first base side as opposed to Worley on the third base side.
Miller up, pitch will be taken away. So here in the inning there have been 3 singles and the catcher's interference that kept the inning alive. RBIs Longoria and Pearce. Miller has walked and struck out. He is 0 for 1 against Brock, and a big swing and a miss. Did not have timing on that one. The Orioles bullpen coming into the game used a lot. Weather a big part of that, especially on opening day. They are 1.59, 4th best ERA here in this first week of the season for the Orioles pen. 2 ball 1 strike delivery, and the ball put up in the air to right field. Trumbo's backing up. Trumbo's at the wall. He's got room and will make the catch as the Orioles held their breath. So a couple of runs in, we've got a 1-run ball game. Our Honda do-ups, Rickert, Machado, and Davis. Title, and it's only week 1. Travis Story, the young player out of Colorado, first player in history to homer in each of his first 4, and the first ever to have 6 in his first 4 games. And an MLB first, Ross Stripling of the Dodgers, of course, that 7 1/3 no-hitter, then was taken out of the ballgame based on the pitch count. First batter who came up against the reliever, hit a home run. That has never happened before. The Cardinals, it was Hazelbaker, Diaz, and Garcia, all homered as pinch hitters in the same game on Friday. The first time in Major League history that happened for one team, all in the first week.
Good stuff, right?
Yeah, surprising stuff.
Yeah.
So Odorizzi grinding his way through here. You get into trouble early in the ball game. Retired the side in order in the 4th. Orioles now have a 1-run ball game. 4-7-1 for the O's. 3-7-0 for the Rays. Rigged at the top of the order, a base hit, sac fly, RBI. 3 for 5 in the series, and a hit in all 5 ball games for the Orioles. Odorizzi up to 76 on that pitch count. 2-1 delivery to him. That one in the air, left center field. Big break. Kiermaier, the platinum glove players there, and he's got it. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support Be More for Healthy Babies. Orioles 13 walks, $650. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Manny Machado, big day with a single and a 2-run homer. His 3rd long ball of the year.
Yeah, team's trying to get inside on Manny Machado, but he's getting them out of the kitchen. And great ability to pull the hands tight. Of course, really dangerous on the outside corner as well. Power to all fields.
Manny now has hit 7 home runs in his career against Tampa Bay. Pitch will be taken outside.
Take a look at the home run today. Side cutter he gets to easily. Threw it off the bat. Hips fly and lead the bat head to the right spot.
That one down the line, ripped hard. That's going to be fouled by just that much. Well, Manny has joined that exclusive group. With the home run that he picked up, he's now got 70 in his career. He becomes only the 4th Oriole to have 70 or more home runs before turning 24. The others, Boog Powell, Eddie Murray, and Cal Jr. And now Manny, 70 plus before 24.
A pretty good company right there.
Not bad.
You see Manny's home run power zone. And that 4th pitch catching danger area.
Reaching for that one, fouls it back, holds the count. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Orioles batting here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Orioles first week of the season left very few on base, only 2 left on in this game, and those are in the 1st inning. They've been able to get people in when they have gotten them on. 2 ball, 2 strike count. But find themselves in a 1-run ball game after leading 4-0. Odorizzi with a 2-2. Base hit into the gap. Going away from Kiermaier. He gets over to cut it off. And Manny's on with a 3 for 3 ball game.
Well, this is an amazing swing here from Manny Machado. Not that the home run isn't, but the high fastball. And he has the great ability to stay on top of that pitch. Really, I think the pitch that separates him from so many players, the ability to stay on the high fastball and drive it to the right center gap. Great approach there.
So the Orioles get their 8th hit. 1 down. Chris Davis has struck out and flied out. Odorizzi a look, and the delivery will miss up high for a ball. Chris has a home run off Odorizzi in his career. He is 3 for 15, and one of the 3 hits he's had has been the long ball. Get the feeling the Orioles probably going to need another run in this ball game or more. We'll see. 1-0 delivery on the way, and Davis with a big cut going for the downs on that one. 1-1.
Well, I don't think this Orioles offense is ever going to let up. You know, they have the ability to put up the big numbers in an inning, just like the second inning in this ball game where they put the 4 spot up. So, you know, on the verge of exploding for crooked numbers at any time.
Diving back in, Manny.
The good news is that the Orioles have already proven in the early going that they can manufacture runs if they have to as well. Ability to draw a walk. We've seen hitters hit behind runners, runners going first to third. A different look offense right now.
1-1. Outside corner strike taken by Chris, and the count will go to 1-2. Odorizzi has had to work. Orioles making him on every pitch really bear down, and he has done that. First inning got out of a jam when the Orioles got the first 2 on, couldn't score, but at second inning 4 runs on 4 hits, and he's out. Manny got caught. Oh, safe. Sorry, Manny was leaning. I thought they had him. Cash is looking at the video.
Steve Pearce hollered back, Manny leading for sure, or leaning towards second for sure. And Steve Pearce saying check the replay.
And going to challenge. So the first base umpire, Greg Gibson, will come in, along with the crew chief, home plate umpire Dana DeMuth. And they will get on the line to New York, and they'll review this one.
See Manny going to the backside. Pearce trying to slap it down as quick as possible on the high feed from Odorizzi. Looks like he may have got him up on the shoulder before the hand got back there. Pearce has a good argument, I think.
Yep. So we will see. While we wait for the call, let's take a look at our Major League Notebook on our Sunday columns page, where we like to take a look at what's going on around baseball in the view of others. For Nick Cafardo, the Orioles are taking the Red Sox on next. Feel good about David Ortiz, Hanley Ramirez, Xander Bogaerts, Dustin Pedroia, Travis Shaw, grand slamming Brock Holt. But something holds your euphoria back, because you know the starting pitching may break your heart. An early comment in our Sunday column page from Boston. Orioles will be there tomorrow. It is opening day for the Red Sox at home. Yvonne Gallardo will go against David Price. 1:30 O's Extra and 2 o'clock for the ball game, because it is opening day and Manny's out. So the call is overturned.
I caught him leaning a little bit there. Pearce with a quick slap tag.
Former Orioles doing some damage here.
Yeah, he is.
First base put the D on. He got an RBI base hit in the top half of the inning. So 2 down. Davis now with the bases empty. 1-2 delivery will be up high. And a 2-ball 2-strike count. And in a 1-run ball game, no small matter. And he got him. Odorizzi has not walked anybody. Gets his 4th strikeout. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. 5 complete here at Camden Yards. Orioles up by 1. Madison, brought to you by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. With Mike Bordick, I'm Gary Thorne. Great crowd on hand on this Sunday and a real good ball game, as they all have been. These 5 games for the Orioles opening up the year. We've seen some good baseball. We've seen some good defensive play, some interesting pitching.
Oh, yeah.
Just good games. Brad Brock came on in relief, got the out, leaving 2 on in the 5th inning. Now works here in the 6th. Souza, Kiermaier, Casali are due up. First ball fouled back. Souza's picked up a base hit. He is 1 for 2. Also struck out.
Souza's starting to really feel it up there. You know, more experience he gets, really starting to blossom as an offensive player. He's getting off to a good start this year.
He has liked this ballpark. Not a lot of at bats, but he's 6 for 17, and 3 of the 6 hits have been home runs here at Camden Yards. Trade for him. 1-1 pitch on the way, and fouled off the other way. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Brad Brock out of the bullpen now, a chance to be the winning pitcher in this ball game, since Worley did not get the 5 innings in as the starter. Brock owns a 3-1 mark against the Rays, including 1 for 1 in saves. 1-2 pitch, and he got him.
Good fastball there. May have missed his spot a little bit as Matt Wieters setting up on the outside corner, but it rushing through the upper quadrant, up and in to get Souza, kind of tying him up a little bit. Bat head late coming through. Good fastball there from Brad Brock. Of course, led relievers last season in strikeouts.
Here is Kiermaier. Popped out, struck out. And the pitch taken inside to him. Kiermaier with a 1 for 4 off Brad Brock. Manny Machado moves in at third base. Wind blowing in a bit now from left. Breaking ball misses, and a 2-0 count.
Defense respecting Kiermaier's speed.
He will take that one for a strike. Brock lays that one in, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Tampa Bay trying to get this order turned over here in the 6th inning. 2-1 delivery on the way to him. Ground ball to the hole. Davis there to backhand. Brock to cover, and gets there in time. He made a good break from the mound. 2 down. Let's take a look at our PNC minor league report. PNC for the achiever in you.
Well, Kevin Gausman pitching in Bowie today. 2 innings, scattering the 4 hits. Gave up a run, but not an earned run. Had a walk and a couple strikeouts. 48 pitches thrown, 30 of them strikes. And Kevin Gausman working his way back. Should see him here in an Orioles uniform pretty soon.
He's supposed to be traveling with the ball club on this road trip going to Boston.
Yep.
So maybe back here today, I guess they're going to try. Not activated. 2 down. Infield moves around on Casali, who will take the pitch down low. Tampa Bay has a bit of a platoon situation as far as catchers are concerned. We saw Hank Conger in the first game, Casali here in this one, and that may be the case. There's Conger. 1-0 delivery. As Kevin Cash is going to try to play that by ear for a bit and just see what it looks like.
Yeah, you know, they really like Casali. You know, last year just slugging, and ended up spending some time on the DL at the end, but they like his bat. Good spring training.
Ramirez in the bullpen. Odorizzi's gone the distance through 5. And that one will be fouled back. A 2-ball, 2-strike count. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Casali's 27 years old. Out of California, born there, lives in Nashville, went to Vanderbilt. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Hit .238 last year with the Rays, 10 home runs. That one fouled off down the line. Count hangs at 2-2.
Odorizzi, look at him getting that focus back, starting to really settle in here in the middle part of this ball game.
2-2 delivery on the way, and a swing and a miss. Prague gets a couple of strikeouts, retires the side in order. We go to the bottom half of the sixth. Trumbo, Wieters, and Alvarez. The game talking about Adam Jones, who is not in the ball game today, missing his third game. This is what he had to say.
They don't really think at this point that it is an oblique. It's more just a, he's got one little spot there, hadn't quite, he's got one little movement at the end that he feels it just a little bit. But, you know, I'm trying to get that resolved. And that's I'm told and talking to him and the trainers that that's close, but I'm not going to push it.
Yeah, a little dangerous in the cold weather, especially when you're dealing with that rib cage area. So many, obviously, muscles in there. The obliques are what the biggest concern is. You can do so much more damage if there's something small in there. So, yeah, proceed with caution with Adam Jones. You need him out there. Great team leader for this team. And certainly, you know, you want him 100%,
yep,
especially with the bad weather here in April.
Mike Trumbo leading it off. That one's going to go the other way into left field. Dickerson over to get it. Trumbo's on again. One to right, one to left. Leadoff single in the third. Leadoff single here in the sixth inning. And our Major League Notebook on our Sunday column page from the New York Post. Ken Davidoff said this. Yet for CC Sabathia coming back, winning for the Yankees yesterday. This marked a far greater point of demarcation for Sabathia than just the beginning of a new season. The 35-year-old prevailed in his first start as a recovering alcoholic after leaving the Yankees to undergo treatment last October. So good luck to CC on the year and in the recovery program.
Absolutely. He had a great start.
Yep.
As well. Looked real good.
It was interesting. It was when the Yankees were playing Baltimore at the end of last season that he went to Girardi and said, I got a problem. It was during that series at the very end of the year here in Baltimore that CC Sabathia went to his skipper and for the first time said, I got to get some help, and did, and received treatment and is a recovering alcoholic now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shift on. Longoria stays midway, short and third, and stays in a little bit. Wieters has popped out, hit into a double play. Odorizzi's pitch to him. Matt 0 for 5 in his appearances against the Tampa Bay right-hander.
Yeah, but he has done some damage in his career against this Tampa team. Well over 300. A lot of plate appearances, closing in on 100 hits already.
2-1 delivery, ground ball. That's going to go to the short side. They'll go for the force there. Trying to get 2, won't get it. And a good slide, he said with a question mark, as Trumbo went into second base. You never know anymore.
You really don't.
So they get the force out at second base. Sarasota, Florida, spring home of the Orioles, a destination of culinary adventure, from the fresh local seafood to an eclectic array of world-class cuisine. Savor the flavors. Sarasota Restaurant Week. It's June 1 through the 14th. Go to savorsarasota.com. You just hold your breath because you don't know.
Yeah, no controversial rule this year. A slide at second base. There have been a couple games decided.
Yeah.
After a replay, right at the end of the ball game as well.
Pedro Alvarez, first hit as an Oriole, came in the second inning. He would score. Wieters now at first base on the fielder's choice. Alvarez 1 for 2 in the ball game. A 1 delivery. Managers have had to make a decision. I was talking with Paul Molitor about that when the Twins are in. What are you going to tell you guys at short and second when they get a ball at second base and maybe not sure they could get the play at first, but they got somebody sliding in? Do you just say throw the ball anyway? Because you never know.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Because they're they're making double plays even if you don't.
If you don't throw the ball, yeah. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that one is going to miss, and a 2-ball 1-strike count. Michael Gibbons is ready to go in the bullpen. He's been warming up. And Ramirez on the other side. Well, actually up top, the way the bullpens are here. 2-ball 1-strike count, and that one down low. And Odorizzi's tank may also have a needle getting closer to E than F.
You know, even the first start of the year, he was well up over 100 pitches. Now the Rays past couple seasons, their philosophy was, you know, the early exit with the starter, get to the bullpen. Then the bullpen arms started getting overused, so they're letting their starters go a little bit further. Odorizzi threw 111 pitches first day.
Second base, 1, and again get the force out on Wieters at second, with Forsythe to Miller again. 2 fielders choices, and there are 2 down.
Yeah, and here once again with the shift, second baseman playing a little bit deeper, so taking a little bit longer for the double play to develop. Take a look at Wieters going in, hands up, right to the base, keeping the contact, but just contact with the leg. He should be reaching out there and grabbing the base, right?
So long as he's going towards the base,
okay.
Either with leg or arm,
well, I think
and staying with it.
Okay, he stayed on.
He stayed with it.
All right.
Yep. You can go through a lengthy discussion of that on every play, though. Here's Hardy. JJ back after having the calf problem, kept him out. 0-1 count, 2 down. Hardy has popped out and flied out. Odorizzi trying to finish up the inning, and the pitch taken up high for a ball. Count goes to 1-1. 2 down. The Orioles up by 1, 4-3 here in the 6th inning. Shift on against Hardy. 1-1 delivery. Did he go? Nope. Gibson.
Take a look at the fastball riding in. JJ pulling the hands in, trying to avoid that contact. Keeps the bat head over there on the shoulder. No strike.
2-1 delivery. Runner off first base, down to third. That's a fair ball. Nice play, Longoria. He'll go to second base and get the force out. How about that? You take a look at your scorebook. You get all 3 outs coming on fielder's choices. You don't get that very often. Sign that, autograph it, put it up.
Highlights. Well, Chris Davis has been playing some incredible defense, game-changing defense this whole week, helping J.J. Hardy. He's becoming a wall down there. Unbelievable flexibility. Get down and see the baseball, coming up with some huge picks. They're reaching out just in time to get that out. But how about the range? Taking one away down the line. Definite extra bases taken away from Davis there. Not the first time. Many times he's done it already this week. Incredible defender. Should be in line for a Gold Glove. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. Well, Michael Givens in out of this Orioles bullpen this season. 63% fastballs. Fastball low to mid 90s. Has the sweeping slider as well. Has been tagged for a few runs here early on. 2 games that earned run average will definitely come down. Givens too good.
And the pitch taken by Logan Forsythe. So the top of the order here in the 7th inning. Forsythe with a base hit, a run scored, 1 for 3. So Odorizzi out of the ball game, both starters up. Any runs here, of course, will go to the Tampa Bay starters' favor. Givens with a 2-0 count. Morrison, then Longoria to follow. The Orioles 4 runs, 9 hits, an error, 3 left on base. For the Rays, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They have left 6. Worley worked 4 2/3, 3 runs, 2 earned, 7 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Brock an inning and a third with 2 strikeouts. 2-1 delivery, and that's going to miss down low. So a 3-ball, 1 strike count, trying to keep that leadoff man off base. Only once in 6 have the Rays had the leadoff man on in the ball game. 3-1 delivery to him, and that'll be fouled into the screen.
Good slider right there from Michael Givens, trusting the pitch. Matt Wieters putting the fingers down on a 3-1 count. You like to see that. And now, of course, Forsythe guessing a little bit. Maybe that slider or the fastball from that sidearm slot.
3-2 delivery to him. He'll put it up in the air. Right side. That will end up in the seats. There's Davis going over just to make sure. Givens, 3-ball, 2-strike count. Tight ball game here in the 7th inning. The Orioles try and make it 5-0 to start the year. Tampa Bay trying to even their record up. They are 2-3. 3-2 pitches outside. And the ever dangerous leadoff walk. Well, still time for you to take advantage of Birdland's best value and family entertainment. It's the Junior Orioles Dugout Club. 14 and under can enjoy a whole range of excitement with membership options with a choice of 2 6-game packages, exclusive game tickets, sunglasses, messenger bag, and more. And family and friends can get tickets for those Dugout Club games for as little as $6. Orioles.com/dugout. Morrison 0 for 3 in the ball game, 1 for 7 in the shortened 2-game series. Only 2 walks surrendered by the Oriole pitchers in the game, 1 by Worley and now this one by Givens. Manny Machado stays in at third. Runner goes, hit and run, and it's fouled off.
Well, Tampa team always trying to push the envelope. You're going to see them this season try to ignite this offense, not only with the power that they have now in the lineup, but always executing hit and runs, bunts. You have to be on your toes defensively and certainly prepared as a team when you take on the Rays.
Machado stays in, runner not going, and that one is lined foul. Greg Gibson doing the little dance, first base umpire. He's had a busy day today, and he got out of the way of that with a 360 pirouette.
Yeah, that one's coming in hot.
0-2. Infield now goes into the full shift with a 2-strike count. Manny can back up. A couple of throws over, wanting to keep that double play in good order, not let him get the big lead. 2-strike count, Givens. Morrison waits on it, and the pitch will be up high for a ball.
I hope that one's just changing the eye level, something different to look at. The high fastball riding well up and out of the strike zone.
One-two count. Givens that leaning set, and he will miss away. So a 2-ball 2-strike count now on Morrison. Two-two, and he gets him swinging. Givens battling, wins that one against Morrison.
Well, if you can't get it the first time and you can't get it the second time, try it again. 3 times they're trying to get this outside corner, and finally able to dot one in the upper quadrant of the strike zone to get Morrison for the big first out of the inning.
Now Evan Longoria, base hit, run scored, 5th inning. Longoria's got an RBI. Dickerson's got the home run. Pierce an RBI base hit. The Orioles have RBIs from Scope, Rickard, and the home run by Manny Machado, good for 2. Michael Givens with a check over at first base. Forsythe running. Swing and a miss. Throw down Wieters. It's there, and he's out. Matt Wieters, who threw out 31% of base stealers last year. Kevin Cash says, hang on, we want to look at it.
Well, either way, both Wieters and Caleb Joseph, they have been coming out of the box in a hurry. Incredibly quick feet. Take a look at his feet go. Quick release from Wieters, but how about Jonathan Scope going up the line a little bit to put the tag on the leg. Got him right on the backside. Beautiful throw and tag. Wieters and Scope combining for out number 2.
Boy, another big defensive play for the Orioles. Longoria will take it for a strike. So now there are 2 down, nobody on, and a 1-ball 2-strike count on Longoria. Givens delivery to him, and he gets him swinging. So we'll end up facing only 3 despite the leadoff walk in the inning. 7th inning stretch time on Kids opening day here at Camden Yards. John Masson, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland. Let us show you a good time at Ocean City, Maryland. Book now at ococean.com. And by Navy Federal, proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA. Orioles on top, 7th inning stretch time, a 1-run lead. Gary Thorne, Mike Bordig back with you. Vance Worley makes his first start for the Orioles. Unfortunately, an out short of being a pitcher of record, but he's out there.
Oh, he looked great. You know, I mean, what do you expect? He hadn't pitched in 9 days coming into this game. He tried to keep himself as prepared as possible. He had a real solid spring training. I think it was a great outing for Vance Worley. I think he could be a very valuable swing man, get spot starts, create depth in the bullpen as well. Had incredible numbers in the bullpen for Pittsburgh last season. So nice start by him. Nice to see the bullpen coming in and doing it again.
And the Orioles offense continuing to get it done home run wise with Manny Machado picking up that 2 RBI homer. Rickard continues to do whatever you need to have done. And again, as we've seen this week in this homestand, up and down the lineup, the Orioles get help seemingly every game from everyone.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what they're going to depend on. A different hero every night. Right now, Machado swinging the bat very well. 3 consecutive games with the long ball. But Jonathan Scopes had consistency. I think Rickard, if the top of the lineup or the bottom, is just a tremendous spark for this offense. So just a completely different look, you know, something they've been longing for a couple of years now. He has really energized this offense.
So this is a bullpens game now with Odorizzi having completed his work and Ramirez on to pitch. Our PNC inside the numbers.
Take a look at Erasmo Ramirez's pitch arsenal this season. A good fastball 74% of the time. Of course, the breaking ball has had some success here in the early going. Couple innings of work, nothing on the board.
And that one hit away from the shift by Jonathan Schoop, but not far enough away. Miller's there to get it. Schoop is retired, 1 down in the 7th.
Well, Odorizzi started off kind of laboring through this ball game. The Orioles offense really making him work, but ended up settling in the middle of the game. Pretty solid line there. 6 innings, 4 earned runs, and you know, he didn't really come off his pitch arsenal compared to his opening start. You still have to mix it up. He did that against this Orioles lineup. They were able to get to him early.
And the pitch will be taken for a strike. Kim, base hit, major league debut for the Orioles. Rolling single in the infield in that 2nd inning, and then he grounded out his last time up. They do put the shift on against Kim. 0-1 delivery to him, and that one is going to miss inside. No, down to a battle of the bullpens here. See how this one works out. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Ramirez delivers, and that one will miss. And the count is at 2-1. Orioles go to Boston after the game tomorrow afternoon. 2 o'clock game, 1:30 O's extra. Toronto shut out Boston today 3-0. Estrada, the starter. Toronto got it done. Shortstop down. Kim trying to beat it out, and he does. Brad Miller coming across just slipped and could not get into a position to make a throw to first base.
Yeah, he had Forsythe right behind him there. I mean, you want to get every ball. He gets his spikes hung up in the grass and can't get the body turned back around to make a throw to first. So Kim, 2 base hits in the ball game. Today he's fired up. Confidence will grow from here for sure.
Reimold comes on to pinch run for Kim. Could be a very important run down there at first base. The Red Sox game, Estrada gave up no runs, 5 hits over 7. Encarnacion had a 1 for 4 and an RBI. Toronto beat Boston 3-0 in Toronto today. The Joey chant. Rickert will take the pitch for a strike. Base hit in the 1st inning, sac fly, and then last time up, flied out. Orioles in double digits in hits now. They've got 10. Darren O'Day ready in the bullpen. Ramirez 0-1. Ground ball toward short. Taylor made. Miller, Forsythe over to first. Pierce there to get it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. 7 complete. Continues a 1-run ball game. 4-3 O's. free season-long subscription to MLB TV Premium. Go to T-Mobile.com/MLB to sign up now and catch every moment on America's fastest-growing LTE network. Well, the kids on their opening day here at Camden Yards are getting to enjoy a very fine ball game. The Orioles had a 4-0 lead in the game. Tampa Bay coming back. The Orioles 4 runs, 4 hits in the second inning. Then the home run by Dickerson in the 4th, and in the 5th inning a couple, and we go on.
Yeah, right to the back end of this Orioles bullpen. Darren O'Day has been a beast for a number of years now. Of course, linked to that 4-year deal in the offseason. You see the opponent's hitting just 182, but he's off to a sensational start. Already a save this season, and the save he earned, he struck all 3 batters out. Of course, the rising fastball, sinking fastball, and that slider that he can locate anywhere in the zone.
Dickerson will lead it off against him. Corey Dickerson, the home run in the 4th inning. Then a big play in the game. He reached in the 5th on a catcher's interference. Bat hit the glove of Matt Wieters, and there would be 2 runs scored in the inning, one of them unearned. Just a little bit inside. O'Day still warming up, almost ready.
Well, hey, you find a way to move his feet. You know, O'Day typically won't do that, but rushing the slider in there actually to jackknife Dickerson out of the way. I'm trying to open up that outside corner a little bit.
1-0 count on Dickerson. Pierce and then Miller to follow. Wow. 85 miles an hour, and just had no idea on that one.
Yeah, tough to pick up Darren O'Day anyway from the side, and then the fastball just taking off up and away after getting brushed back with the slider. Yeah, might have had an effect on Dickerson.
Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way. That one will be fouled back. So Darren will get ahead on the count here. Ball and 2 strikes. There are the numbers versus Tampa Bay. 53rd ball game.
Which makes things more impressive, I think, especially here in the American League East, where everybody gets to see him so many times, and for him to have the continued success is pretty amazing.
Dickerson has faced him only once at a hit. 1-2 pitch on the way. Corey Dickerson will take that one up high and away. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tight game. So trying to get that leadoff man on, create a scoring opportunity. They're big in the 8th inning. Darren, the 2-2. Back off the fist, down on one knee. Count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Darren came into spring training again, trying, try a different grip on a changeup. And worked most of the spring on that, so he's got that in his back pocket, but always primarily that fastball slider combination.
2-2, and he got him. Back up. Dickerson, a strikeout victim to start the 8th.
And this is his bread and butter pitch, the high fastball. Looks like it's going to be in the top of the strike zone, and it just shoots up and out. Big first out here. It just takes off, coming out of O'Day's ankles and then up to Dickerson's neck. And that rise effect. Can't get on top of that one.
Here is Pierce. Steve coming back against the Orioles. A base hit in the 5th inning and an RBI, 1 for 3. He did not play in game 1. And the pitch taken on the outside corner. So the former Oriole faces a teammate that he played D for a lot in his seasons here with the Orioles. 0-1 delivery to him, ground ball to 3rd, and that will be foul. So Darren will get ahead of him. 0-2.
Well, you know, O'Day and a lot of his teammates have a great amount of respect for Steve Pearce. Of course, Pearce part of a couple of the winning teams, 13 and 14.
Spent parts of 4 seasons with the Orioles. O'Day with the 0-2 delivery to him. Steve will go the other way with it. Not deep. Long run. Trumbo coming. And makes a nice basket catch. He had one eye on the baseball and the other on Jonathan Scope. But he made the call for it. Scope kept on going. Get out of the way.
Well, nice adjustments with the basket catch. You see him screaming there last second. Puts the glove out. Jonathan Scope going hard as well, and that's what an infielder's supposed to do. You go until you hear something. Took it a little while for him to hear Trumbo screaming. Got out of the way, recording the big second out. Nice play by Trumbo.
Trumbo making Oriole fans forget there was ever a discussion about playing right field for the season. For a guy who came over, was supposed to be the DH.
Yeah, making some nice plays out there.
He is. 2 down. Miller up. And we'll take the pitch up high for a ball. Brad Miller, a walk, 0 for 2 in the ball game, 0 for 6 in the 2-game set. O'Day looking for the clean inning here in the 8th. That pitch is going to be in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 away. Orioles trying to hang on to those 4 runs they got in the 2nd inning and make them stand up for a W. 1-1 delivery by O'Day. Foul tipped over the top of that one.
Just love the way O'Day pitches. You can tell he's just so smart on the mound. He studies his opponent, studies their holes and how to set up hitters. The strike on the slider, the high fastball there.
1-2 delivery. Pretty good rip on that. Fouled that one back into the screen. So Miller, the shortstop, keeps his at bat alive. Alvarez got out of the 0 for the Orioles today with a base hit his first time to the plate. For Miller now it has been an 0 for 16 start. He has started every game though and is expected to start most of them at shortstop for the Rays. 1-2 delivery to him. Tomahawks that one outside of third. Manning over and no play.
Well, there in O'Day, great ability to locate that pitch at the top of the zone. A swinging miss on a high fastball and a foul ball. O'Day's thinking, okay, well, he's offered at it twice. Why not try a little bit higher? Sure enough, takes it up a couple more inches higher, and Miller hacks at it. Nice job to keep the at bat alive, but showing he's susceptible to that high heater.
Here's the 1-2 delivery again, and again fouled off. Saw a note where, of course, the Orioles played that game where no fans attended against the White Sox last season. There was a game played this year in the minors with no fans. The Syracuse Chiefs, the Washington Nationals affiliate, and the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs that the Phillies played. The Chiefs field got torn up by a bad storm. They were supposed to open at home. Rather than do that, they went and played at the Iron Pigs field, but they had construction work going on. They couldn't get anybody into the ballpark. They wouldn't allow them to for safety reasons because of the construction. They could play, but no fans. So they played their opening game on Friday and there was nobody there.
All be.
Aren't many of those in the books.
No, they're really
at any level. Always like that. The Iron Pigs. Lehigh Valley Philadelphia Phillies AAA team. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 2 down. Got that one in the air to right field. Trumbo going back. It is near the wall and it is off the very top of it. Kind of deadened it. At second base with a double is Miller, and fortunately for the Orioles, that ball did not carry any further.
Wow, quite an at bat there from Miller. 9th or 10th pitch. Take a look at Trumbo. And right field like a champ right here. Soft off the scoreboard. And the handle of Miller coming up with his first hit, a big one.
So another key moment. 8th hit for the Rays. Miller's on at second base with a double. And Souza, Steven Souza, their hot hitter coming into this series, is up. He has struck out twice and singled in the ball game. He's had 2 hits in 6 at-bats in the series. Tampa Bay today 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position, a hit away from tying this game up. And the pitch outside for a ball. Rays have had chances in this game. They have left 3 on in scoring position, 3 of the 6 that they've left on base in the game. Miller is not particularly fast out there at second base. Keep that in mind should there be a base hit. There are 2 down, so he does get that advantage of breaking on contact. Great pitch away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's laughing about it. That slider just puts the brakes on. He's hanging on that outer third and then stops and makes a turn away from the bat head. Beautiful slider there from O'Day.
Souza's had an 0 for 4 in the only times he's faced O'Day. Secondary lead, pretty good one. That's outside. Wouldn't chase on that one. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. It's the other way around, well, actually.
Miller was thinking that in that last at bat. They kept staying aggressive with that heater, and he finally got on one, almost knocked it out of the park.
2 ball, 1 strike, count 2 away. Outfield playing it a little shaded to right. Another one outside. Kiermaier, he's the on deck batter if this inning continues. 3 ball, 1 strike count. Rick Showalter checking the charts.
Well, O'Day smart enough to know that Souza Jr. Great power. There's an open base, so you got to work the perimeter, work the edges, see if he can get himself out.
Nobody close to take a toss, but it may cut Miller's lead a little bit.
Yeah, that's quite all right. I mean, this is what pitchers are supposed to do. Keep the runner at second base guessing, a little bit in between. Nice little wheel play there from Darren O'Day. Just keep him honest.
3-1 delivery on the way, and he walked it. The 3rd walk picked up by the Rays in the ball game. Puts runners on at first and second with 2 down. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordick here. Dylan Bundy getting up at the bullpen for the Orioles. Here in the 8th inning, the Orioles leading 4-3. Tampa Bay, this is their first chance since the 5th when they scored 2 runs to get something else up on the board. Now McFarland, left-hander, will get up to throw for matchup purposes depending on what happens. O'Day would like to settle it all and just get out of the inning. 2 down. Kevin Kiermaier at the plate. Kiermaier takes it. That's what we told you about top of the ball game. Home plate umpire Dana DeMuth. You got to throw strikes if you're a pitcher to get the call.
Yeah, close backdoor slider there. And just a little bit low. The good news here though is force at any base, so the defense can kind of play back a little bit more even with Kiermaier's speed.
O'Day's 1-0 delivery to him. Kiermaier will take that one up high. And O'Day falls behind Kevin Kiermaier 2-0. Kiermaier 2 for 4 off O'Day. He's not had a hit in the 2 games of this series, going 0 for 6 so far. Miller off second base, Souza off first. O'Day with a 2-0 delivery to him, and that's up high. Give Kiermaier a green light?
No, but and I think they just told him to take anyway, because he's laid off a couple borderline pitches and he's showing really good patience. And they may have just said take a strike to see what's going on. Any hitters can lay off that 2-0 offering, the fastball at top of the zone with, you know, a tying run out at second base.
Three and 0. Runners off first and second. O'Day's delivery to him taken all the way. It is there for a strike. Kiermaier hit .297 last year with runners in scoring position. He was one of their best in that department. 3-1. Important at bat. O'Day against Kiermaier. 3-1 delivery to go around. Yep. Mike Estabrook down at third on the check swing called strike. Fans are up. (3-2), 2 down, 2 on. Runners going from first and second. Day's delivery. Kiermaier takes it, and they're loaded. They wanted a call on it, doesn't get it.
Take a look at this 3-2 offering right here in the pitch track. Pretty good fastball. Man, oh man, could have gone either way there. Kiermaier running out of the box. Did that help the call? I don't know. Darren O'Day.
Hank Conger is going to pinch hit in the 9 spot for Casale. So the two catchers, one for the other here, as O'Day will see a left-handed bat. Weeder's out. Talk with Darren. Bases loaded, 2 down. And there is Hank Conger with the 0 for 3 that he had in the start in game 1.
One thing that the Rays did do, if they're unable to put a run across, is flip this lineup over again and get back to the top. So some good ABs here from the bottom of the lineup.
Darren last year, not much difference lefty righty. 210 left-handers against him, 192 for the right-handers. 2 down, sacks full. Hank Conger will take the pitch, and that's up high. Darren working from behind on almost all of the hitters here in this inning. Conger has faced Darren twice, 1 for 2. (1-0) delivery to him, and that's there. 2 down. Miller got the double. He's on at third. Souza picked up the walk. He's on at second. So did Kiermaier. Free pass. He's on at first. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Could say he turned on that. Almost hit it backwards.
Well, making sure he's not getting jammed, that's for sure. Hit the head out in front of that slider. Hit it up in the third deck.
Fans up again with the 1-2 count. One-two delivery to Conger. Tomahawks it back. That was pretty well up there. He did well to get a bat on that pitch.
Yeah, that ball's a foot out of the zone, and I think the awareness of that, and probably he probably spoke to himself and said, okay, very high fastball. So last thing in your head is what you're going to get, and you'll chase it anywhere, well up out of the zone.
23,101, 2-3-101. The ballpark on Kids opening day here, and experiencing a magic moment in baseball. 1-2. Bases loaded. And he struck him out. Conger goes down swinging as the pinch hitter. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. Tampa Bay leaves the bases loaded, and the Orioles still have a 1-run lead. Promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Take a look at Manny Machado. 3 games, 3 home runs. He gets the cutter from Odorizzi and deposits it deep in the left field stands. Take a look at Manny's head position. Foot down, and it does not move at all. Eyes right to the baseball. Full extension as the hips clear. This is a big-time hitter, one of the best in the game, best young players you're going to see. Certainly going to be in MVP talks this year. What a start for Machado.
It's another Bjorn baby.
There it is.
This baby's actually watching the game. The other one was turning around sleeping. This one is kind of enjoying the game. It got a little exciting there. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Conger will do the catching now after pinch hitting. And the pitch is taken for a ball. Manny Machado. Machado has had a big day, 3 for 3. He's hit in all 5 games. He's had 4 hits, 7 at bats, including a home run in this series. Manny off to a great start. Foul tipped for a strike, 1-1. Well, the Orioles sure wouldn't mind adding something here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Machado, Davis, and Trumbo smack dab in the middle for the O's. 1-1 pitch lifted to the gap. Can he get there? Kiermaier reaching, cannot. It'll go to the wall. Machado's on his way to second base, and he is in with a leadoff double.
Manny Machado is just covering the baseball right now and beating the Gold Glove center fielder. You got to do something a little extra. Look at him get on top of this ball. Full extension once again, and there is carry on this swing. Kiermaier trying to cut it off with a direct line on his pursuit angle, but it is smoked off the bat, and it just beats him deep. Great swing for Machado. 4 for 4 on the day.
Manny has had a 5-hit ball game before, but he'll take a 4-hit game for sure. Boy, that is a big potential run. Chris Davis up there. He struck out twice, flied out, puts that one up in the air, and that one will be out of play. Strike 1 on Davis. Tampa Bay was playing that one as though he might bunt. They were trying to take that away. Longoria stayed over there towards third.
Yeah, still kind of honoring it a little bit. And of course, he has to be there with Machado at second base. Watch out for a stolen base.
0-1 ground ball. That'll go to first. Pierce gets the job done, though. That'll move that runner over with one down. Create new Birdland memories by hosting your next group outing here at the ballpark. Discounted tickets for groups as small as 15. Facilities for up to 1,000. Great experience here at Oriole Park for your group. Get information, Orioles.com/groups or 888-848-BIRD. Now a little discussion about D. Ramirez and the entire infield in with Trumbo coming up. Jim Hickey, the pitching coach. Orioles have their closer ready, Zach Britton.
Yeah, Hickey out there definitely talking about the scouting report, how they're going to try to attack Trumbo, who has been red hot and spraying the ball all over the field. Infield in right now, so giving Trumbo more of an opportunity to pick up this insurance run.
One down, infield in. Orioles up 4-3. Wow. Dana DeMuth, the home plate umpire. Did he catch that? I mean, he didn't catch it, but did it hit him? Or
Conger caught
Conger, it got Conger.
right in the chops. With a full cut just over the top of the glove and right under the left eye of Conger.
He's only been in the game for one at bat and 2 hitters. He struck out and gotten leveled by a foul ball. 1 strike count. Machado off third base. Pitch is taken away. 1-1. Orioles have not scored since the second inning. That's when they got them all. 4 runs, 4 hits. 2-run homer by Machado, the RBI by Scope on a double, and the sac fly by Rickard. Short lead at third. Fouled off by Trumbo. 2 singles and a strikeout for the Oriole right fielder.
Ramirez, pretty good change. You saw it right there on Trumbo. Great late action. That was a good drop with a good arm speed as well. Ramirez, of course, you remember last year was plugged into the rotation because of all the injuries. Now the health back of the rotation, so going to be utilized, one of those multi-inning relief men.
Ground ball, runner not coming. Forsythe, the out. And there are 2 down. Let's take a look at our notebook on this date in baseball history. A couple of landmark situations. In '76, Andy Messersmith became the first major leaguer to sign as a free agent, and we know what has happened to salaries and free agents since then. And in 1947, it was on this date that Branch Rickey, in a 2-sentence statement, announced that the Brooklyn Dodgers today purchased the contract of Jackie Roosevelt Robinson from the Montreal Royals. He will report immediately. And the color barrier was about to be broken. And an interesting note on that, a group called Collectors Cafe in New York has purchased all of those contracts that Jackie Robinson had. The one with the Royals, the major league contract, $36 million. They're going to be on display in New York in the center of town at Times Square. That's where the Collectors Cafe is, and they're going to put those contracts up for the public to see.
Wow.
1-0 count. Now there are 2 down. Matt Wieters up. Matt's had an 0 for 3 in the ball game. Infield back and shifted. There's what Mike was talking about, that changeup.
Real good change. Reminiscent of the Brad Brock turbo change.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Tough game. Orioles out hitting the Rays 11-8, leading at 4-3. Wieters will take it, gets away, runners coming, nobody covered, and a score! Great base running, Manny Machado. He goes back to make sure. Ramirez did not get the immediate break off the mound. The ball didn't go that far away, but Machado took off immediately.
Take a look at Manny here, recognizing the kick away. He sees the angle. A great hustle play by Machado, and great base running once again by the Orioles. Something they were paying attention to in spring training. Big insurance run there. Machado showing the speed, avoiding potential tag with the back of the home plate slide.
The 5-3 lead in the ball game. 3 ball, 1 strike count now, and Matt Wieters. So the Orioles get that run in the hard way off that wild pitch, and that will be taken for a strike. So Wieters 3-2, 2 down. Orioles up 5-3. Tampa Bay is going to have the top of the order coming to the plate in the 9th inning, and Matt Wieters fouls it off, holds the count full at 3-2. That's what Buck Showalter talked about in the spring. He wants the Orioles to be aggressive, first to third, pit plays like that. If you think you got a chance to do it, do it.
Yeah, well, and it's all about focus, not taking a pitch off. Don't be caught off guard. Be prepared and ready to go.
3-2 will go into the shift. That's the third baseman, and a play made by Longoria. So the Orioles need 3 outs, and they will be 5-0 to start the season. Zach Britton coming into pitch. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by visitannapolis.org. Create your moment at visitannapolis.org. Gary Thorne and Mike Gordick, the Orioles with Manny Machado, 2-run homer and then a run scoring on the wild pitch from third base. A 5-3 lead.
Yeah, they go right to the closer, Zach Britton. One of the best young closers in the game today. Look at his pitch arsenal. Primarily all fastballs, but on occasion he will flip the slider in there. 1 for 1 in his save opportunities. Opponents hitting just 143 off Britton. He has become a beast. All-star last year.
Top of the order, and just under the feet of Forsythe. Forsythe, the base hit, a run scored, 1 for 3 and a walk in the ball game. For Britton, a lot of games, 23rd he's appeared in against the Rays. He's 9 out of 11 in save opportunities against Tampa Bay, and also has 2 wins, 3-loss record against them. That is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike count. The Orioles, the only undefeated team in the majors, trying to go 5-0. Started out 5-0 in 1970, the only time they have done that since the move in '54. Trying to do it for a second time, hoping that it will lead to the same results. The World Series.
Yeah, well, nice start. Has already it's proven to be successful at the end of the season. So you just have to stay consistent, continue to get quality starting pitching.
Morrison, Longoria to follow. 1-2 pitch on the way by Britton. He'll take up high. Vance Worley started, 3 runs, 2 earned, over 4 2/3 on 7 hits.
Take a look at the pitch track. Where was this pitch? Very close, catching the box on the pitch track.
2-2 count. Forsythe in the air to right, and right there to get it is Turnbull. 1 down, 9th inning. Visit MASNsports.com. Care First. To vote for today's Care First Live Fearless Player of the Game. A line you can live fearless with a name trusted for over 75 years. Care First. Blue Cross Blue Shield.
And Manny certainly a great game, going 4 for 4 with another home run. But I'll tell you what, I think Vance Worley really stepped up in this ball game. Huge start for him.
Brandon Guyer will be the pinch hitter. Get a right-handed bat up for Morrison, and the pitch is there for a strike. Yankee Detroit game ended up being postponed today as well. They waited a long time on that one. Cleveland at Chicago against the White Sox postponed earlier. That one is going to be taken. Guyer with 1 down and nobody on. Guyer is 3 for 10 with 2 home runs off Zach Britton.
Whoa.
Aren't many with those numbers.
No.
1-1 delivery on the way. Just missed inside.
Such a quick arm. Ball just explodes out of the left hand of Zach Britton.
Brad Brock's the pitcher of record. He came on, worked an inning in the 3rd, 2 strikeouts. 2-1 delivery on the way, fouled off. Givens had 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, a walk. O'Day worked an inning, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And now Zach Britton after the save. Odorizzi on the other side, their starter, 4 runs, 9 hits over 6. The pitcher of record for the Rays. Odorizzi did not have a decision in his first start of the year. Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way. Punch the other way, foul.
Really getting on Guyer right there. He's trying to let the ball travel as far as possible. I think his only saving grace that it was elevated. Gave him a chance to get the bat head on it, keep the bat alive. Of course, down in the zone, Zach Britton almost unhittable. And if you do make contact, it's going to be a soft ground ball.
2-2 delivery, and he didn't. So Zach Britton gets the strikeout, and there are 2 down.
Well, teasing with a couple fastballs at 96. How about 97 with great movement at the bottom of the zone? There's a good look at it. The release point. It's sinking down and away from Guyer at 97. Pretty impressive pitch there.
2 down, 9th inning. Orioles 1 out away from win number 5. Longoria's up. Hope you will join us again. The Orioles on the road tomorrow. Boston. Gallardo takes the mound against Price. Game 1. Note the time. 1:30. O's Extra. Presented by Jeep. 2 o'clock for the ball game. 0-1 pitch. Off speed in there. Longoria with a 4 for 17 off the Oriole closer, and the fans up applauding for the final out. Down to third base, Manny Machado, and the Orioles are 5-0. A 5-3 victory over the Rays. So the Orioles take 2 in this shortened series and continue to be impressive in all aspects of the game. 5-11-1 for the O's, 3-8-0 for the Rays. Brock the winner. Odorizzi takes the loss. Britton the save.